Alright, what's going on YouTube? I've been wanting to make the tutorial series like this for a long time. Um, and I'm going to try to stop myself from yapping a lot. Um, but I am wanting to make a series on how to get into making beats in FL Studio if you have no idea of music theory, you have no clue what you're looking at right now. I know there's a lot of people that have good ideas, good goals, and you want to get started making beats, but you don't know nothing about music theory, you don't know nothing about any of the crap you're looking at. You just know how to use your keyboard and mouse, and you may have a good ear. That's always been my thing. I'm so freaking ADHD, I don't want to sit down and pay attention to one thing and spend a bunch of time on it unless I'm really enjoying it. So, um, granted, I did have some experience playing the saxophone for a year. But anyways, so first off, let me real quick go over and say you can use the trial version, and you can make great stuff with the trial version. There's really no limits with the trial version, but you can't save your project. You can save your song, but not your project. So if you make a song and it sound, you like it, yada yada, you can save it as an MP3, wave, whatever, but you won't be able to save it where you can open the project back up and work on it. So I'm gonna start off saying, first off, there's a lot here. Yours might look slightly different, but this down here, this is gonna be your mixer. So like, let's say you have vocals, you're singing. This is where you put like your auto tune in and your reverb, and you have your different tracks, your different inserts. And trust me, this honestly is really simple. It's just a matter of using it, experimenting with it to understand it. But like you see, each one of these, this is how you assign them. So this kick here is assigned to 1, but I can drag it to 2. So now the kick and the clap are on 2. So that's how that works. Now to add, effects, you go here. But I'll get into that in a little bit. But this first video is pretty much just going to be teaching you guys about the UI. So this is where you put your patterns, and there's going to be multiple patterns here. So if I'm going to do a kick, like let's say, oh wait, hold on, I should probably say, these are going to be your instruments. This is where your instruments are. Okay. It starts you off by default with these. So if you right click, you want to click on piano roll, and now you're here and you can, add stuff. So since we are on pattern 1, as you can see by the red arrow, if we go to piano roll on the kick and we drag in a pattern, or type in some notes, it's going to be on pattern 1. So if you click and add that in here, you can see we have pattern 1 in the arrangement. It's an arrangement, my bad. Now up here, you have your stop, your stop button. Don't really worry about this one. If you don't actually have like a MIDI keyboard or anything, I really wouldn't worry about that. This is your BPM, and this goes between your song and your pattern. So when you click song, it's going to play from here with all your tracks. If you play pattern, it's going to play the pattern that you have selected here. So it's just playing the pattern. But if we click song, it's playing the song. So if we want to make another pattern, just right click on this pattern and click on find next empty. You can name it whatever. And then let's say we want to add the clap. So we go to piano roll, like, right click. And then we can just drag it in here as well. If we click on the pattern, we're just hearing the pattern that we have. But if we click on song, we get this. So now if we let's say we want to add some ridiculous distortion to the kick, So we go down here and you want to make sure you're clicked on 1, okay, because that is the mixer track that the kick is assigned to. So we click on this, we click on Effector. Oh, by the way, these are just pretty much all of the like free built-in like effects, and honestly they're fine. They're fine. But yeah, on Effector, so make sure we go back to pattern. So these are just some pretty good basic effects. So if you want reverb, oh well, I have the wrong pattern selected. If we want reverb, we get reverb. If we want to lo-fi it, we can. And if we want to play the song, and if we want to drag the clap to the same one, we can. Alright, so this should kind of give you a general idea of how to use the UI. Now to the left we have, this can get pretty messy. As you can see, mine is very messy, but this is kind of just like an unorganized kind of version of where everything is. So like if you have a folder with like melody loops or that kind of stuff, this is how, or you could drag the folder in here, like literally just drag it, drop it in here, and then every time you open up FL you'll have access to it. So, but I think I'm gonna end this video here and move on to the second part, so I can kind of get on to more of the tutorial part. So yeah, stay tuned for part 2.